Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how I budget by paycheck. If you haven't seen my previous video, I did share my monthly budget. I do a monthly budget each month, but then I break my budget down by paycheck so that none of my bills are late. If you're new to my channel, I am paid bi-weekly and my husband is paid weekly. However, since my paychecks are usually more than his, I cover most of our bills and he'll cover a lot of our cash expenses, and sometimes he'll cover a few bills as well. If you're interested in seeing this video, how I budget by paycheck, stay tuned. My name is OZELLA and I run a blog called theintentionaldollar.com, where I blog about all things related to being more intentional with money. On this channel, I plan to share my debt-free journey, as well as budgeting videos and just general tips and tricks that I learned along my personal finance journey that can help you on yours. If you enjoy content like that, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell so you're notified each time I upload a new video. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I am hoping to keep this video short. My goal is 10 minutes or less. Alright, so I'm going to do my husband's budget first because his is much quicker. He doesn't have a lot of bills or expenses that he covers, so his is much easier. And please forgive me if I mess up on this template. I literally just made it like 10 minutes ago. I was using this one here, but because he doesn't have a lot of bills, I felt like it was wasting a lot of paper to continue using this one where I can put more than one budget on a sheet. So my husband gets paid weekly. Today's video, I'm only doing the first half of December. So I'll do his first 2 checks and then I'll do my first check. So he gets paid on December 6th. And then he also gets paid again on the 13th. So this side here would be December 6th, and then this side here would be December 13th. Now he only has income sourced from one job, which is his full-time. And this month I budgeted $400 each week. I don't know exactly how much he's going to get paid because he usually works a second shift, which he gets a differential for. But he is on first shift right now, so I'm not sure exactly how much his check is going to be. But I would rather over budget than under budget. So no, that's wrong. I would rather under budget than over budget. So I would rather estimate less and him actually receive more than me budget more and he actually receive less. I want to make sure that all of our bills are covered. So if we have extra, then that'll contribute to more sinking funds or debt. But for now, we're doing $400 a week until I know more. Starting with his fixed expenses, for this first paycheck, the only fixed expense he has is storage, which is $140, and then the personal loan. And he likes to break the personal loan up into 3 paychecks. So that's $180. I'll add at the end. For variable expenses, we don't have anything this check. For the envelope section, I'm going to combine the cash envelopes and sinking funds into this one category just to save space. So we have gas coming out, which we budget $50 a week. And then we have therapy, and that is $25. Alright, so this should be $320. Oops, I'm writing it in the wrong spot already. $320 and then $75. So his income is $400. The expenses are $320. The envelopes are $25. And let me see what that total is. Alright, so that's $395. So the leftovers is plus 5. Alright, so he has a $5 buffer for this first check. And then his next check, the income will be the same, full-time at $400. And then on this check, the only fixed expense he has is the personal loan. And again, that's at 180. And then we have gas coming out. Oops. We have gas coming out here at 50. And then, let's see, therapy again at 25. We have the kids' allowance at 40. And groceries at 100. Typically we budget $100 a week for groceries, but on the weeks that I can't budget, on the weeks that I can't fit the groceries in my budget, I will go ahead and put it on his budget. So income, we have 400. Oh, I didn't add up the envelopes. Let me do that really quick. All right, 215. So we have expenses at 180, and then the envelopes at 215, and that totals to 395. So again, he's left with a $5 buffer. All right, so I'm going to show you how I do my paycheck budgeting. And then, like I said, I do cover most of the bills on my paycheck. So this, you will see a lot of bills on this one. And part of that is we have a lot of bills due to our debt, which is the whole reason why we are starting this debt-free journey. But anyway, I get paid on the 13th. And I have one income source this month from my full-time job, which is going to be $19.53. And then for my fixed expenses, I have rent, which I split up between 2 paychecks. I have Straight Talk. Then I have my cable, Sally Mae, the IRS, and then my Fed loan. So let me just add those up for you guys. Alright, I get $8.96. Now for my variable expenses, I do put my credit cards in variable because the amounts that are due each month do change slightly each month. So Chase is 106. Discover is 105. And then LYL is 88. And then Dominion, which I'm not sure when this bill is due or even how much it costs, but I'm just going to budget $150 because when it comes to utilities and electricity, you really never know how much it's going to be. So I'm just going to add those up. And that is $449. And this paycheck, I'm not doing anything towards savings and anything towards debt. And for my envelopes, I am combining my sinking fund envelopes and cash envelopes. So gas is $125. Then church is $250. And then child care at $150. And I do use a flex spending account for my child care, so I do get reimbursed this amount of money, and I'll get reimbursed for both of my paychecks in December. So that is what I will use to put towards my additional debt for this month. So, and that's typically at the end of the month when I can do that. But my next expense or envelope is the personal envelope for my husband. We're doing $50 this month. And then for mine, I'm just going to split mine up into 2 checks. So $25. So then I will add those up. And I get $600. So for my income, I have $19.53. Then for my expenses, I have $8.96 and $4.49, which is $13.45. My envelopes are $600. Nothing for savings, nothing for debt. So let me just total this out. And I'm left with a $8 buffer. This is my calendar of expenses for December. And just to give you a somewhat of a visual, here are the days that we get paid. We both get paid on Fridays. On the dates that both me and my husband get paid, I did put 2 stickers here. So since I cover most of our main bills, I want to show you how I determine which bills I'm going to pay out of each paycheck. So if you are paid bi-weekly, you know in November we got 3 paychecks. Well, the end of November's paycheck covered me all the way until I got paid again, which is going to be on the 13th. So all of these bills prior to the 13th are already accounted for from that last paycheck in November. So I don't get paid again until the 27th. So basically my bills are covering everything from when I get paid on the 13th, that paycheck is going to cover the bills from the 13th all the way up until the 27th. Then when I get paid again on the 27th, that paycheck is going to cover everything that's up until January 10th when I get paid again. So that's how I budget by paycheck. And having it laid out on this calendar kind of gives you a visual of seeing what's due when and what's going to be covered on which paycheck. So the only other thing I do is add these inserts to my budget planner, so you can see where I laid out all of my expenses for the month. This is kind of where I start. I'll lay out all of my bills and write the amounts and the due dates, and then I turn that into a monthly budget plan, and from that I budget by paycheck. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, bye guys.